Well, it is now quarter after 7. We are still here in Baileyton, Tennessee. We did a whopping 141 miles today. I left Crossville, Tennessee this morning, a little after 6 o'clock. I got here to Baileyton about 9:45-ish, right around that time. Just about an hour ago, I finally got my permit for Virginia. 6 p.m. at night. Where can I go at 6 p.m. at night? Nowhere. So we are here until the morning. I still have 405 miles to go to get to my receiver. Now, I could have made a delivery today, this morning, in fact, if I had my permit. Well, to be honest, I probably couldn't have because I can't travel on Sunday. But I could have probably done this afternoon. I could have made the delivery. So, it's just not exactly going so smooth with this load. So I just attending to a few things, putting a little bit of butane in my torch here. Because I was outside the backside of the trailer, doing a little bit of electrical work and putting the shrink tube. Blowtorch helps to heating that up real quick and do a quick job. So got that done. But for the most part, today was a big wasted day. Like I said, I only drove about 2.5 hours today at the most. And I've been sitting here in Baileyton, Tennessee all day, achieving nothing, making no progress on a Monday. But like I said, the permit didn't come through this morning like it should have. 6 o'clock, I finally get here. It finally gets here. I print it out. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So we got a minimum of 7 hours, to get there. 400 miles. Well, let's say 40 miles left here in Tennessee to get up to the border here on I-81. Bristol, Virginia is where we're going to enter Virginia. Then we are like Louisiana is. We are restricted to 55 miles an hour, and we got to go 365 miles in Virginia. So we're looking at basically an 8-hour day I'm not going to get there till about 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish, depending upon traffic and what kind of construction I have to run into or if there's an accident. The only upside is that I do not have any detours. There's no detours along the road. So, we basically I-81, I-64, I-295, and then US 360, and bing bang, we're in Tappahannock making our delivery. Hey, Trucker for Life, how you doing, sir? Since I had nothing better to do today, I figured I'd come on and do another live. Not a whole lot to do or say. It's just, whining, crying, and complaining. Typical truck driver stuff. Had a crappy dinner here at the IHOP. That was a waste of time, money, energy. And I got their shrimp and tri-tip steak. Absolute crap. Which I should have known better. I should have just stuck to pancakes, and I probably would have been fine. But whatever. So tonight we are still in Tennessee. Taking a lot longer than it should to get to my delivery. But, that's the thing about trucking. You just can't predict things. And, when things happen, it's out of your control, and a dang thing you can do about it. Other than that, like I said, nothing too interesting, nothing too major. It's just sitting around. I'm just nothing to do. Cleaned all I can really clean. Fixed all I can really fix right now. I mean, the highlight of my day was walking down the road here, less than a quarter mile, going to the Dollar General, buying some peanut butter and a loaf of bread so I can have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's been the highlight of my day. New Jersey. You sitting at the Lombardi rest area? Or are you over near Chamberlain? New Jersey is one of them states, it's like the faster I get through, the better. I believe I did a video going from the west side of New Jersey to New York City. Let's see here. I'll be able to tell you. It was one of my first major time-lapse videos. Let's see here. I'm sure you're a little bit colder up there than where I'm at down here in Tennessee, but still getting down to the 30s down here. So, all right, let's see here. Let's see. I can tell you which. No, it's not showing here. It was a little while ago down there in, when I was at Melton. Carneys Point, New Jersey. All right, not too bad. I mean, I can't say that's one of my favorite places to be, but not too bad. If you like that sort of thing. Yeah. But like I said, today is one of them days. It's like, I mean, come on. It's one of them days you just wish was over. It's just, there's nothing. You made no progress. You got nothing done. You didn't have anything really to do. I mean, so it's like, well, I don't really know what to say. I don't even know why I started the live feed today. You know. Oh, you got a DOT inspection. Yay. Well, as long as you can knock them out both at the same time, it saves a little bit of time there. But, the last one I had, I did there in Carlisle, PA, at the Flying J there, and I was in and out in under an hour. The guy had me done under an hour for the truck and the trailer. So that was pretty decent. Some people, some guys, they do the job fast and quick. They don't mince around. They don't screw you over. They get you in and out, no problem. Then you have those places that, well, we don't know exactly what's going on. It's like you're dealing with freaking Eeyore, except in human being form. Okay, I guess so. Those people annoy the hell out of me. But, all right. Well, like I say, I don't have anything really, no topic I wanted to touch on. So if you have anybody has any questions, just feel free to ask away. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't know what I'm even doing. Why am I even on this? I felt like, I said I would be on, so I made sure I came on at least to be there. But, Mr. Brandt, how you doing, sir? Long time since I've seen your name on anything. Overall, the job is going fine. Life is going pretty decently. This particular load is kicking my butt, just making me wait. Thank you, Virginia. All right, Trucker for Life, go for it. Hope your meal for you and the puppy are better than mine. And I understand that, Charles. It's hard enough just taking care of oneself, and then when you're trying to do, you're trying to catch up with other things, it definitely just gets more and more of a pain in the backside. I mean, I'm a month behind on video. I mean, I'm working on November the 1st video right now. Hey, Ralph, how you doing, sir? Welcome back. Let's see here. All right. Well, like I said, other than the fact that, like I said, Virginia held me up with getting my permit. I got here a little bit, about 20 minutes of 10 this morning. I didn't get my Virginia permit till 6 p.m. So I couldn't make any progress today. Oh, I have the work. It's just a matter of the shipper, the receiver, the weather, and then the permits and the weigh stations. I stopped at a weigh station this morning here in Tennessee. Oh. The big old sign there saying permit load. Come, go to the back, bring your permits in. I do that, and the guy is asking me for everything else in my book except for the permit. Now, he asked to see my cab cards, my registration cards for the truck and the trailer. Okay, that's fine. Ask whatever you want. It's all right there. I have everything straight and good. This other guy comes in after me, and then all of a sudden, this guy, the DOT officer, is asking, "So you with PCS?" No, I'm with Valley Transportation. It says so right on that piece of paper, the two pieces of paper you have in front of your face. And then all of a sudden, there's like a light bulb went off. Oh. You just came in to give your permit? Yes. Okay, let me see your permit. So I hand him the permit. Okay, you can go. It's like 5 minutes of me standing there, and this knucklehead who's supposed to be doing this every day for a job can prevent me in doing my job. For some reason, had a problem keeping his head in the game. It's like ridiculous. So that was a big waste of my time, but whatever. You got it's part of the job. You just got to deal with it. Permits are okay. Permits are nothing. I don't. Just making sure that they're read, that they're accurate, that I have all my waypoints set in the GPS. So when I'm driving, I don't have to think about my route. It's all set. Make sure if they need to be signed, I sign them. Whatever the conditions are, I'll make sure that I'm in tune with them. Oh, yeah. I mean, why did you stop here? Well, my permit tells me to stop here. My permit tells me to stop for inclement weather. So that's why I pulled off the road. My permit says I'm required to do 55 miles an hour. I can't go faster. I actually had an officer stop me. It was in Louisiana. I didn't film it on the blog, but Louisiana, the same it is here in Virginia. Permit loads not to exceed 55 miles an hour. Went through a scale, and the guy goes, "Why and the officer, was behind me, followed me in, pulled me, they pulled me around the back so I could bring my permits. The officer comes in behind me into the scale house, while I'm talking to the DOT officer behind the thing. He goes, "Why were you doing only 55 miles an hour? It's 70 miles an hour here." Well, officer, my permit dictates that I do 55. Well, let me see that. Like I was doing something wrong. I mean, some of these guys, they get that little badge and they turn their brains off. They stop thinking. It's ridiculous at times. But you can only do what you're required to do, and no more, no less. Being on permits, yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a learning curve, but I didn't expect the learning curve to be dealing with even more stupidity. I would have hoped that I would have had people actually think when they're coming up onto that truck driver, actually using their brains. May I see this? May I see that? There you go. Blah, blah, blah. Why are you doing this? Well, because that's the way it's supposed to be done. You know, and, that's what I'm told to do. It's like I was driving in. Where was I driving? I was driving through Kansas. I have a permitted load. Driving through Kansas. My permit says I need to have beacons. Okay. Go through some little small town, some little, cop pulls up next to me. Why are your beacons on? You don't need beacons. So I look down at him, out the driver window. He's leaning over in his cop car, going, why do you have beacons on? We don't need beacons here. Well, my permit dictates that I have beacons, Oh, okay. Come on, it's not. If I don't need beacons, I'm not going to use them, unless I feel that it's necessary. I'm in a lot more traffic. It's starting to rain. It's starting to get a little bit foggy, a little bit dark. I'm in heavy shade. Like I said, I got to do a lot of turns in one of these little small towns they divert you off onto. So sometimes I'll use them even if I don't need them. But I mean, it's like this trip here. Arkansas didn't require a beacon. Tennessee doesn't require the beacon. Virginia now does. Oh, yeah, I mean, well, you see it with everybody. You see it with, some little guy who works in an office. He goes out in the field for the first time. I'm going to quote every regulation in the book. But sometimes, it's like you have to use a bit of common sense. That's how Sheriff Teagle got his ass kicked by Rambo, because he was being a dick. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. I mean, it's just the way it is. So today was, like I said, pretty much a wasted day. I sat around all Sunday there in Crossville, Tennessee, doing nothing because I didn't have my permit. I didn't know that I couldn't drive in on Sunday anyway, because I didn't have the permit. So either way, I couldn't have really moved. But it would have been nice when I left Crossville about 6:30, got up here about 2.5 hours later, crossed the time zone. So now it's almost basically 3 hours later. It'd been nice if my permit was here at 10 a.m. I could have made it, up the road a good ways. And I could have been there first thing, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. I could have been at my receiver and been done, got out of there, got my next load, and been, go, at least deadheading to my next load. But, that's just the way it is sometimes, So sunrise tomorrow, I can get up and get going. Like I said, once about 40 miles south of the border on I-81, get up to I-64 in Virginia, take that out to Richmond, to go around 295, 360 up Tappahannock, straight shot, no real detours. I do both. Most of the stuff I've done has just been over dimensional, but I have done one load that was overweight as well. So it's whatever load that'll fit on this steel step deck. I'm tired and worn out just from the fact of waiting. So it's like I took from Georgia out to Texas. I took a John Deere 210G LC excavator. 10 foot 6 wide, a little over 50,000 pounds. So I was grossing about 84 by the time it was done. Initially, I was at 13.7 high, but the boom arm and bucket damaged my trailer, so I had to put some cribbing under the bucket. So that raised it up to 14 foot 2. So there in Fordyce, Arkansas, I had to, I had to get new permits for Arkansas and Texas because the old ones no longer applied because my height dimension changed. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, 50 and Fabulous. I appreciate it. But like I said, permits were going to be the number one thing that I knew I had to really be on top of. The driving aspect wasn't the problem. Running an 18 speed wasn't going to be the problem. Running a step deck wasn't going to be a problem. The only two things that I was truly concerned with was the blind spots on the front of the truck. That was the first thing. And secondly was dealing with the permits. Everything else was like, big deal. I already, either I got enough knowledge or it's going to be so easy to learn, it's not going to be a problem. But for the blind spots on the truck, driving a 389 Peterbilt coming out of an aerodynamic truck like the T680 or a Volvo, aero truck, that was something that my last month at Melton, I asked every 389, W900 driver that I could talk to that would answer my questions, and they all said basically the same thing. Watch your turning radius, watch the front, watch your blind spots around the hood. Other than that, not too problem. Hey, Mario. Thank you for coming in. Like I said, any question you have about me, my experience, the truck, the job, my opinion on the color blue, any question at all, feel free to ask. This is mainly I try to make these more of a Q&A if possible. That way, you guys can, get a little more insight on what I do. So when you watch the regular vlogs, you have a little bit better understanding of, how I do things. I have not done an escort load yet. My company, Valley Transportation, has their own escort squad, and a lot of those people are already assigned to some of the 11 axle guys. So they're already, most of them are already teamed up with people. So, we do escorted loads. We do big loads. All right, Kevin, how you doing? Good to have you here, sir. Appreciate it. I wish you could bring some of that 1 point something million people in here for me. I mean, I'm still stuck in the 600s. Well, I just got into the 600s. So, but other than that, it's, like I said, the job is pretty decent. So, So, just learning, the how the truck moves, how the truck reacts, the power it has, how it reacts to the road and whatnot. That's been something that, you got to learn every truck the way anyway. So, excuse me. Now, dealing with the oversized aspect, that's something that you got to be a little bit more attentive than just doing regular trucking, regular flatbed work where everything fits in the normal dimensions. So you got to be a little more attentive to that. Now, especially since I'm the one responsible for securing the loads to the trailer, it makes it even more critical, a little bit tougher. Really? That's the highlight of my videos, making my bed? Yeah, well, that's pretty sad, Kevin. You could jump in an HGV. There's plenty of YouTubers that I watch from England, from Europe. So it's something that you can do. Unless you really love your job more than driving a truck. You want to eventually go to RGN? Yes, I do. Because that's pretty much been my aim since the very first day I decided to be a truck driver. Before I even went to school to get my license, to my first job as a truck driver, to my second job as a flatbed driver, now here doing heavy haul. That's the only kind of trucking I ever wanted to do. Now, I started with regular van work because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a whim, that what I was going to go into was something that I actually wanted to do and that I could actually do it. Excuse me. And, so, my eventual goal, where I want my comfort level really is going to be, is a 4-axle truck with an RGN and 4-axle trailer. That's kind of the slot that I want to be in. And okay, Kevin, since you're from England, an RGN, removable gooseneck. So when you're looking at the trailer, so here's the body of the truck right here. You have a part that hooks up to the makes a connection here, and it comes down like this. Then the rest of the trailer sits like this, and this part here is where it separates, and this part will lay flat on the ground. And it's called just for short, we call it RGN, removable gooseneck. What I have is a step deck. It's all one solid piece, and it doesn't break apart. So it doesn't carry as much weight, but I'm still doing pretty much a lot of the same loads. Now, RGN, my step deck sits up about 44 inches high, and 3 foot something inches, 8 inches high, I believe it is. So yeah, 3 foot 8 inches high. So anything that I put on top of that, I have to be cognizant of my height. Whereas I put that same exact load onto an RGN, it's going to sit 2 foot or more lower. So you can put taller things, heavier things on an RGN than you can a step deck. It's normal? Well, it is now, but like I said, I've been an arborist. I've been a pizza cook. I've been a delivery driver. I've been a warehouseman. I've been a landscaper. I've been a driver trainer. I've been a pesticide applicator. So there's there's a lot of different jobs I've done, but I do enjoy this job more than I know it's a bit aggravating sometimes, but I really do enjoy the job. And Intuitive, good to have you. I don't think I have you on. I don't think I have subscribed to you, Intuitive. Let me just see here. Nope. Search INTO. Trucking. Let's see if you come up here. Nope. That didn't lead me anywhere. Intuitive Breach on the tracks. That's funny. It comes down up the Ani tracks. That big breach, that big crash, and everybody had to go back to paper logs. That's funny. You know. Oh, everybody goes ELD. Then they have a big old crash. And now everybody's back on paper logs. And Trucking TV, Trucker Josh, Trucker Brown, Smart Trucking, Trucking Answers. I don't see you. I guess you don't have any videos on your channel. Oh, well. All right, let's see here. Can you cook in there? Yes, I can cook, and yes, I do cook. I have a rice cooker, rice pot. I have a instant pot 3-quart pressure cooker that I love using. I love using that device. I have a panini grill. I have a hot plate, several pans, pots, knives, forks, peelers. I mean, this whole thing, is nothing but cooking instruments. Spatulas and spoons and ladles and peelers and whatnot and all that stuff. I cook a lot in the truck, as much as I possibly can. Now, the only problem with that is, well, I don't know if it's a real problem, but the main thing is the truck is not really set. Not really set up for proper cooking. I got a little bit of floor space to do something with, but if you put anything on the floor, it takes up that space, you lose that. So I got a little roll-up folding camp table that I put out and put my stuff on. So it can be easier, but if I had my choice, if I had my own truck, I'd be ripping these cabinets out here, and I'd be building my own plywood, cabinetry so that it fit me. Metal music, all right. Rock on, baby. Denny's is okay. I mean, when I have to, I do, but I'd rather, cook myself, beyond anything else. Like tonight is a good example. So, I went down to the Dollar General, little mini Walmart store right down the street. Got me a loaf of bread and some peanut butter. I have some peach jam in here. So I had for lunch, I had 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. First peanut butter jelly sandwiches I've eaten in over 2 years. It wasn't too bad, good, simple comfort food. But tonight I went into the IHOP and, International House of Crap is what they should call it. Absolutely disgusting. Wasted $17. I could have made that same meal in the truck for like $3.50. All these fine shopping carts in the ditches. Well, you can do that, but I'm a little bit more sophisticated than that. Doesn't look cramped in the truck. Well, it can be, especially when you are over the road OTR like I am. I have a lot of stuff in this truck. So This cabinet here is all my clothes. And I have a little bit of toiletries and medical stuff in the door. Little refrigerator here. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. So this is the refrigerator here. Not too big. I'm not fully stocked up, but some demi-glace, sugar-free chocolate syrup, garlic, onion, butter, Parmesan cheese, more butter, some barbecue sauce, onion. Got some Italian wishbone, Italian dressing. Got some Powerade, peach jam. I got some lima beans, peas and carrots up there. But I still have to go to the store to really check everything out. Then these little cubbies back here, I mean, they're only half the depth that this is. I wish they brought this all the way across, but this is only half the depth. No doors on them, so stuff will fall out if you don't have it in there right. Then I got these cubbies here mirrored on behind you over here. Over top of you, I got a place for a microwave. Right behind you, I have a printer, open cabinet there. Then below that, I have another tall cabinet below down here, which that's my kitchen area. That's my supplements. My health stuff's in there, toiletries, whatnot, whatever I can cram in there. I actually do cook in the truck. Let me get this out here. So I have actually a couple cookbooks that I have. Right? So the first one, YouTuber, French guy, Alex, French guy cooks. Bought his cookbook. I've used this one. And I try to cook a ketogenic diet as much as I can. So I use this one, bacon and butter, ketogenic diet. And I also got this one, 365 days of ketogenic diet recipes. So, out of these 3 books, I eat pretty well. It's just a matter of willpower of doing it and cooking the truck. I do not have paper plates. I do not use plastic knives and forks. Well, a little bit. I still need to lose the enchilada factory here. The enchilada storage facility. Need to lose that a little bit. But, not as much as I should. I got a yoga mat. I do a bit of yoga. I go for walks. I am lifting chain and binders and all that stuff. So, I do get a little bit of a workout once in a while. Also, come out of here. I also have the resistance bands. So the resistance bands here, I do a little bit of weights with that, because you really can't have a lot in a truck this size. It's basically a full size, twin size, full size mattress. Back there to here, I'm touching the curtain, which is right behind the driver's seat. Driver's seat's right here. You can see me pushing on it right there. Passenger seat right there. Like I said, a little bit of floor space. The floor space is what? 2.5 by about 4.5 foot of space. Oh, believe me, I do. Believe me, my big thing is a Pepsi and a bag of Cheetos. I could destroy that without even thinking about it. It's like, but I try to do water is my primary drink. Powerade Zero. No carbohydrates, no sugar. And unfortunately, I'm a carbaholic like most people are. So, you know, it's like, but you can only do what you can do. Plus, I'm 48 years old. It's getting a little bit, you know, it gets harder every year to keep the weight off. I mean, I'm still fairly fit. I got a bit of a gut. I admit that. You know, I just need to do a little more work. I store all my fat right here around the midsection. And yes, this is basically a 6x7, you know, a 6x6 or 6x7 by 7 foot prison cell almost, you know. This is my freaking world. All right, sir, you have a good night. Yeah, have a good day. I'm going to look forward to your next video. We'll be rewatching the Cornish pasties ones again because I love that. 60 pounds, that's impressive. That's impressive. I mean, you know, I find I don't miss out on anything. I'm not missing out on anything when I do a ketogenic diet. Hold on a second here. Pardon me. Let me turn that away. I don't think anybody wants to see that. Yeah. But Charles, if you really want something to help you with the ketogenic diet, go on Amazon. You can get this off Amazon. It's a ketogenic drink. There's several companies out there that make this, but you know, this is the chocolate. They have strawberries and cream. You know, they have peaches and cream, vanilla, cookies and cream. You know, I think lemon, orange. You know, several flavors of these ketogenic drinks. These really, really help with getting you into that ketogenic, you know, fat burn. But these are on Amazon. Yeah, they're a little bit pricey, but they really do help. Once you start using this, you won't want to give it up. Excuse me. But you know, other than that, not too much for the day. Let's see. This is going to be a little bit shorter one because I have to get up in the morning. It's already 8 o'clock. I still have a video to edit, which I've been putting off all freaking day. So, Ag Holler, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. I will be doing this again, primarily on the weekends, 6 o'clock to 6:30. Start time Saturday and Sunday, and then if I, have time, excuse me, if I have time during the week, I'll jump on now and again. But other than that, the usual sign off. God bless everybody. Please be safe out there. And anytime you have a question, just shoot me a question. I'll either do a video for it or answer it here on the live feed. Have a good night, all. And like I said, God bless all of you.